Hello friends, in this video we will learn about the range function. The range function is a built-in function and it is used to create a list or sequence of numbers. Most common use of range function is to iterate sequence type objects like list, string with for and while loop. Range function takes mainly three arguments that are: the first argument is start, integer starting from which the sequence of integer is to be start. Next is stop, the range of integers and at stop -1. And third is step, that is integer value which determines the increment between each integer in the sequence. Where start and step parameters are optional, start is optional and step is optional. By default, the list starts from 0 and in every iteration it is incremented by 1. When you use range function, if you use single argument, that is 10, so it will generate integers from 0 to n-1, that is 0 to 9. The argument of range must be integers. We cannot use any string or floating values with this range function, so use only integers. When you use range function with one argument, you will get a series of numbers that starts at 0 and end at stop -1. Let's see how we can use this range function with for loop. For I in range 10. So when you use range function with one argument, you will get a series of numbers that starts at 0 and end at stop -1, that is 9. Print the value from I variable. So here you can see the integers will start from 0 to n-1, that is 9. So it will generate a sequence of integers n-1. But when you use range function with two arguments, for example, my first argument is 5 and second is 10, you can change the start position here 5 to 10. It means the series will start from 5 and stop -1, that is 9. So it will generate all the numbers from 5 to 9. You can use range function with three arguments also. For example, let's print an even numbers between 0 to 10. So how to print even numbers from 0 to 10? Let's see. So start the value with 0 and stop value will be 10, and the difference between numbers must be 2. So the first value of I is 0 and next will be 2, the incremented value, and n-1, that is 9. So when we run this program, it will generate all even numbers from 0 to 10. If you want to decrement the series, you need to use a negative number for a step value. For example, start the series from 10, end it at 1 and decrement this series by -1. So the first value is 10, then it will decrement -1, that is 9, then again the loop will iterate. So the value of I will be 10, 9, 8, 7, 4, 5, like this. So it will goes up to 10.2. Remember, range function does not support floating numbers, so we cannot use any floating values with this range function. For example, 10.2. When you run this program, it will generate an error. So floating values or string values are not supported by range function. We will use range function in our upcoming videos in for loop and while loop. Thanks for watching.